Hey, look, we're live. We're back. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Evan. I'm the community manager for Pursuitery.com. Mickey's here too. Hey,
Hey.
thank you for joining us today. Today we're going to introduce our fourth challenge in our Coding with Scratch series on Pursuitery.com, the Choose Your Adventure Challenge. This is the fourth of five. We're already up to number four, Coding with Scratch challenges offered by Pursuitery.com. If you complete all five challenges before August 24th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, because we're in California, you'll get a Scratch Ninja digital badge. If your challenge is in by July 13th of this week at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Time, you'll be eligible to win a Makey Makey. And we will talk more about the Makey Makey in a second. It's our weekly challenge giveaway, and it's a contest more so, and it's always really, really fun to do so. We have a review of it on the site, and it's definitely going to help you with your Scratch as far as making your interesting games even more interesting. So if you have any questions, we'll answer them at the end of today's Geek Out. You can tweet them to us by using the hashtag CodingWithScratch. If you check out Mickey's details there under the name, you can see the hashtag Coding with Scratch, and just tweet us questions via that, and we will check for them during our live broadcast today. All right, so getting down to it. Today's Geek Out is a brief introduction to our challenge. It's going to be quick. We're going to break down what you need to participate, how to submit challenges, and how to get help. Please remember, we have a Hints Geek Out tomorrow at 10 a.m. That's Pacific time, 10 a.m. Pacific time, and a Makey Makey Prize Time Geek Out on Thursday, which Mickey hosts, and a Show and Tell on Friday. And all those are at 10 a.m. Pacific time. You can see all the listings for them on Pursuitery.com. You can always tweet us questions using Coding with Scratch, and we will get to all of it. But today we're going to break down Choose Your Adventure Challenge. So to enter, first off, you'll need to have a Scratch account. You can sign up for one of those at scratch.mit.edu. You'll also need to join Pursuitery.com. Both of those are free, but you'll need a Scratch account, so go to scratch.mit.edu to get that going. And to join this challenge on Pursuitery, get to the site and click Participate on the Coding with Scratch Choose Your Adventure Challenge. That's listed on the front page, and if you want to filter for it, you can just click Challenges on the front page, and it'll pop up there as well. You have to be logged in to join. Obviously, to join the challenge, you're going to need to log in, and again, a Pursuitery account takes seconds to create, and it's fairly simple. It's just click in, and there you go. So you'll then see a Submit Challenge button after you log in and go to the challenge page for Choose Your Adventure. If you click on that, you'll be able to submit a link to your Scratch game URL. And again, we have two submission types. To be eligible, win the Makey Makey. The deadline for that is Sunday, July 13th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Check out Mickey's Prize Time Geek Out this Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time to see who won for last week's Horde Challenge. We had a lot of great entries, and we're really excited about them. We were getting our minds blown by them, playing them over the weekend. And yeah, so join us on Thursday at 10 a.m. to see who won for that, for the Makey Makey Prize Time Geek Out. But that's just the weekly challenge. If you want to do the self-study, if you want to get all your games in, but you don't necessarily want to do them on a weekly basis, or you feel a little time crunch, or you have something going on, if you want to do the self-study and submit all of your challenges by August 24th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, you'll still get a badge if you get all five of your challenges. Oh, I'm overwhelmed. So if you get all of your challenges in by August 24th, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time, that's all five challenges, you will get the Scratch Digital Ninja badge as well. So there's two ways to enter as far as time goes, and we'll work it out either way. Now, if you need to edit your submission, we have a few people who have submitted and said, I'd like to clean something up or make this a little nicer. You can go back to the challenge page for Choose Your Adventure or any other challenge and click Edit Your Submission to update your listing with a new URL, or resubmit your URL in case you've done some polishing on your games. Now, as far as getting help goes, we have some stuff happening here this week. If you visit the Scratch Studio for Challenge 4, you can leave comments or questions for coaches. And if you look at my page here under it, that's the Scratch Challenge link. You're going to see a section there for resources, and that's in that little section. We've got a bunch of coaches standing by, and people have been answering emails and doing a lot of great work for us as far as helping out the scratchers and helping out the pursuiters. And those are the people that can answer your questions. So there you are there. And the challenge itself obviously is now live on Pursuitery.com. And if you're wondering how to spell Pursuitery, please check that out right there. And again, if you can join the game you can join the challenge to submit your game just by going to, you see that intr.st link? Yeah, that's the challenge for this game. So please go there and you can go ahead and enter, and you can also get help from our Scratch coaches. And just so you know, again, if you're using Twitter, you can use Coding with Scratch hashtag to reach us, and we will get back to you that way as well. So we have a Hints Geek Out tomorrow that will help you if you have any questions. Again, please just keep submitting your questions. And you can actually see a video for the Hints Geek Out page on the Hints Geek Out page now at Pursuitery.com. You give a lot of information away, a lot of stuff that's very useful for building the games. Again, though, don't worry if you're not getting everything perfectly nailed down the first time. The whole point of this is to get very comfortable with using Scratch and feel familiar with it and have fun with it. And that's the important thing here. Let's just get really comfortable and have a lot of fun using Scratch. But yes, please remember the Hints Geek Out is tomorrow at 10 a.m. So go to Pursuitery.com and you'll get all that laid out for you. And that's enough of that. Let's go ahead and talk about the challenge itself, and then we'll answer some questions. This week, we're going to develop interactive stories. We're going to be choosing our own adventures, so to speak, via Scratch and digital programming. So the story is an often underrated part of video games, but the story is a very moving part of video games. You look at the great franchises of video game history. You've got, Mario Brothers, Zelda, Metal Gear Solid, Kingdom Hearts, onward, 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 just name all your favorites. And great games usually have an underlying story that keeps the players engaged. So as you're building games in Scratch, let's think of not only being game builders, but being storytellers and story designers as well, and have one complement the other. To start, we'll work on creating stories for our games. The game part this week will be just about letting the players choose what they want to do and where they want to go. We'll be creating options in terms of choices. A quick example is that we're walking down the road. There's this path, and there's this path. Which one do we choose? That's what we're doing this week. So the player should have a chance to change the story by making a choice. The first part of this is to come up with a story, and then decide where the player can make choices. So we suggest making a script or even a little diagram to plan out your game and where it's going. Again, the game will go in one direction or another depending on these choices we're making. And you can do a ton of cool stuff in this challenge. You can do a ton of cool stuff, but let's start off and keep it basic and then build up from there so we understand everything that's going on. So we're going to spend a lot of time working with the sensing blocks this week and the AS functions. That's ASK functions under sensing, those blue blocks. And we're going to be using the broadcast command with our backgrounds to move the story around. So you've got characters moving, making a decision, and going to one place or another in the game world. That's what we're focusing on this week. And I know it may seem complex, but trust me, you're just going to have some fun with it. Relax and start simple. Have a little diagram saying, I'm going to start here, I'm going to end here, and build from there. It's going to get easier and easier to do the more you work with it. Again, we'll have a Hints Geek Out tomorrow at 10 a.m. We have a video up on the Hints Geek Out page. It's very useful right now as well on Pursuitery.com. That's always pointing to me how to spell Pursuitery, so I just like to have it right there. Just there you go. And that Hints Geek Out is going to give you a lot more tips and tricks as well. And again, if you have questions, stop by the challenge link, which you can see right there as well. And you can get to speak to our coaches, and you can tweet us with Coding with Scratch. But the point is, let's have a story with at least 2 plot choices for the user. That's all we need for this challenge this week. Again, the focus is on the story. And games can tell stories and even let players decide the story. And next week, we're going to combine it with our previous games, and so we're going to have the total package. So the challenge requirements: to meet the challenge for this week, you need to create a story with at least 2 plot choices for the user. Again, if you've been working with Scratch for a while and you feel comfortable with it, You can start adding in extras to your game, sounds, cool background tricks, extra backgrounds, splash pages, extra sprites, variables for scenes and variables for characters, etc., etc. But the big thing is, let's get 2 choices in, and that's the challenge requirement for this week for the player. Now, as far as submitting your project goes, as we mentioned before, after entering your project, entering the challenge, you can submit the project. In order to get feedback on your project and be eligible to earn the Digital Ninja Badge, or be eligible if you get it in by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. PDT to get the Makey Makey, just submit the link to your project by clicking on the big red Submit button on the challenge page. After you logged in, you'll be able to see that, and the button will be there after you enter the challenge. So this week's Geek Out schedule, we've got the challenge live now. On tomorrow, we're going to have the Hints Geek Out at 10 a.m. Pacific time on Pursuitery.com. Thursday, we'll be having the Prize Time Geek Out on Pursuitery at 10 a.m. And Mickey's going to host that, and she'll be announcing the winner of last week's Horde Challenge for the Makey Makey. We saw some amazing games. We hope to see some more amazing games this week. And on Friday, we'll be having the Show and Tell Geek Out, where we show off some of the Choose Your Adventure games for this week, and that'll be at 10 a.m. as well. So these are all at 10 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Please check your local listings in accordance with that. And if you have any questions, do not hesitate to reach out to us at Coding with Scratch or via the Scratch Coaches Studios. So with that said, I think it's time for everybody to turn loose and go ahead and get started with the games. We think you're going to have a lot of fun with it. It's going to be a blast. We want to thank everybody who's entered so far. This week is going to be great. We really want you to just take these games and make them your own and give those people those choices and tell the story you want to tell. And we appreciate all your time and all your hard work. You've done an amazing job. And we look forward to seeing you soon on Pursuitery.com. Again, have fun. Enjoy Scratch. We'll see you soon.